video is going to be about what oils I've used in my truck, what oil I use now, and what I think about each one. To be honest with you, pretty much any oil on the market, whether it's conventional, synthetic blend, synthetic, whatever filter on the market either, it's pretty good. You know, you can't really go wrong with any combination that you choose, but I do have some favorites, and I'll talk about those next once I get the truck ready to change the oil today. Here's what I'm using in my truck these days. This is going to be my third change with this stuff in the truck. I've been very happy with it. I think it's a great deal. It's only a couple bucks more than the T4 conventional, which is usually what I've used in the distant past. This stuff right now is on rollback at Wally World, and it's only $1 more right now versus the T4. And it's got the Cummins endorsement. Pretty much anything that has the Cummins endorsement on it will be fine to run in your truck. I like this stuff because it's a combination of, it's got some synthetic and synthetic blend, but it's also 15W40, unlike T6, and the price is $3 a gallon cheaper than T6. So it's good for my purposes, and I'm in a very warm climate down here. Only this time of year do things really, be a little bit cooler. But I've run a lot of different oils in the past. When I first got my truck, first oil change, I put Traveler 15W40 in it. Traveler you can find at your Tractor Supply, and I'm not sure where they source their oil from, but I actually think they might get it from Shell. That's what I did on my very first oil change, and it's a very affordable option. It's a regular conventional. That's what I always used to run. After that, I switched to the Shell T4, and I ran that for about 6 or 7 oil changes. And I was always doing the 10,000 mile interval that the owner's manual says. And that seemed to do a pretty good job. But I decided, well, if for 2017 I wanted to switch to synthetic. So I ordered online the very pricey but really good oil, AMS oil, 15W40. Now this oil used to be called the premium AMS oil. I think they've replaced it with the one that comes in the black bottle. It's the really good one that they have, the more extreme duty version. And that was, for that oil change, it was over $160. That's a rather expensive one, but the advantage is you can do extended drain. The problem is you really can't get the full extended drain unless you get that bypass filter, which will A, require more oil, and B, it's another modification. So there's a little overhead from that. It takes a while for it to actually be financially, reasonable thing to do. But $160 some oil changes, weren't going to be a long-term thing for me. So great oil, but really I didn't really see any change, as far as truck ran the same, temperatures were the same, fuel economy was the same, but really, really good oil, no doubt about that. So what did I do? Well, I switched to Shell T6. T6 is a 5W40, which I ran last summer down here in the 95, 96 degree heat. And I was always a little weary about running 5W40 in such hot temperatures. Now, I know it's always hot in the engine, but I was just a little bit weary about the 5W40 not providing that extreme heat protection. So, I was looking for something, okay, what can I get locally at the store, while I'm getting groceries and such. And this seemed to be a great solution, and the stuff runs really well in the truck. So, any oil's good. That's point number one. Point number two is the filter. Pretty much any filter's good. I've always run Fleet Guard in the early days. Fleet Guard is a staple. And then I also tried Baldwin. Baldwin's a great option because they're very affordable. and they have a good reputation with me because they make a good fuel filter for these trucks. So I ran Baldwin for about 2 or 3 oil changes, and then I ordered some of these Donaldsons because they've got such a great reputation for their filtration ability, good micron on these. So I really like to run the Donaldson Blues lately, and going forward, I'm thinking I'm going to start changing the oil around 8,000 instead of 10,000. So a little bit cheaper oil is probably better off than spending a whole lot of money on really good oil if you're not even going to get the full mileage out of it. So that's why I'm running the T5. It's a good compromise between both sides. So I know a lot of people get really loyal to their preferred oils. You know, I would have liked to have tried Royal Purple. I know a place to get it now, but it's about $100 an oil change. This right here with the filter is probably $60. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So feel free to comment with your choice of oil. And if you're looking to try something maybe not so mainstream, just check the back and make sure it's got the Cummins endorsement. This CJ4, CI4 service specification is also an important thing to see on there as well. So let me know. Y'all have a good day.